Warriors, rise. November 3rd. Remember this date, a critical date in history. Is the economy going to collapse? My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Now, why is today so unbelievably important? Now, I'm going to break that down for you, Warriors, in detail. You know, I'm me. I'm not just the crypto guy. I'm the macro and microeconomic guy to teach you the game so you can't be played. But what I always tell you is don't believe a word I say, Warriors. Do your own research. I'm just here to give you the information that I've been studying 8 to 9 hours a day for the last couple of years and spent 12 years in banking to understand the banking system and how the system works. And as people look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. So Warriors, if you want to join our private Warrior Academy, access to my portfolio, exit strategy, 120-day challenge to get your shit together. Also, our revamping course is going to be done by November 15th. How to do it, what it is, how to do it, example, DeFi, staking, nodes, how to use exchanges, everything, Warriors. We took feedback from 3,500 people throughout the courses. As that was a lie. We didn't take feedback from 3,500 people. Sorry. We've had 3,500 people go through our course, our Warrior Academy last 3 years. That was funny. What I mean is every single person that leaves, we took feedback from, and we built the feedback based on the people who went through the academy. All right, let's jump right into it, Warriors. So this is a critical date. I know you guys want to hear XRP is going to go to $10. I know you want to hear Bitcoin's going to go through the roof. And here's why it's probably going to go through the roof this week. It's because JP Morgan again fudded the market and said Bitcoin's going to be going to only 35,000. That means they fudded it. Guess what? It's going to go parabolic this week. That's just how I do my thing. I do the opposite of everything they say. But anyways, okay. So this is really, really important words. Let's talk about the reality right now. They printed more money than in history in the last 18 months. Okay. We're at a debt ceiling once again, where they got a get out of jail free card till December 3rd, I think it is, and they have to raise the debt ceiling. Now, remember, the Democrats can raise the debt ceiling. They can just hit the button and raise the debt ceiling. But what they're doing is they're making it look like there's some bipartisan battle between the Democrats and Republicans. Remember, they're getting you to pick sides. There really is no side. There's only one side. They're all rubbing elbows behind the scenes to become the wealthier and make the poor poorer, right? So basically what's happening, Warriors, is they're switching us to an economic system. Here's why. They printed money into oblivion. The C word happened last year. They got us all to look this way. They got us all addicted to technology, digital wallets. They're getting you in your McDonald's, your Burger King. They're getting you in your sodas and your snacks. And they're going to get you on a digital wallet. The C word got you to look this way, and they forced you into digital. Oh, we got a coin shortage. Cash is dirty. Most places don't accept cash anymore. Do you see what's happening, Warriors? So here's a critical date. The Fed is about to set its post-crisis policy course with a high level of uncertainty ahead. The Federal Reserve, upon the conclusion of the two-day meeting Wednesday, will almost certainly announce it's reducing the amount of bonds it buys each month. And I'll explain this in just a moment. That means the central bank is stepping away from a historical level of support for the economy and into a new regime. It will still be putting its tools to use, but at a lesser degree. So it's going to be a slow death penalty, Warriors. They're going to slowly pull you off the life support. Okay. Inflation's going to start going up because remember, I taught you what junk bonds are. Junk bonds are when they go to these companies that have a bunch of junk debt. They buy the debt and it has higher interest. And they basically, that's how they do it. They buy. So you're buying debt from a company, injecting money into the company that shouldn't even be surviving. They're going to slow down the bond purchases, which is going to slow down the money flow. When you slow down the money flow, companies have to raise the prices of their goods and services. We have a supply chain management problem. Interest rates are going to start going up. So it's going to be too expensive to borrow. They're going to push you into a rental-based society. You ain't going to be able to afford to live. You're going to have to rely off the government. They're going to move you into a CBDC, move you closer to the central bank, and you're fucked. Excuse my language. You're fucked. You send this to your mom and dad, your brother and your sister. I'm telling you, you're going to be fucked if you don't wake up. I'm sorry if you don't like cuss words, but this is time to wake up. Maybe that word will shock you, to piss you off, to get you to activate, Warriors, because this is serious shit. This is nothing new under the sun. This has happened over and over again. I'm here to wake people up. I'm not here to get friends. I'm here to tell you to wake up, Warriors. Why do you think all the elites are moving into cryptocurrency? Why do you think that every conversation is about cryptocurrency? Why do you think there's an SEC lawsuit? So let's dive into this a little bit deeper. Okay, so if you want to see the meeting today, there's an FMOC meeting. So Wednesday, 11/3 today, 2 p.m. I think it's Eastern time. The FMOC meeting, Jerome Powell will be addressing them around the tapering. Okay, now let's just watch what the news is saying about this.
A two-day meeting today. Steve Leisman joins us right now. He's got the outlook for tapering and from rate hikes too. That's all coming from the CNBC Fed survey. What do you think, Steve? Is this the time?
It is the time. Amid heightened concern, Becky, about inflation response to the CNBC Fed survey, I think the Fed is going to announce a decision to taper tomorrow, and it's going to start hiking interest rates much sooner than previously forecast. Respondents too overwhelmingly believe the decision to reduce asset purchase will not only be announced in tomorrow's policy statement, but that the taper is going to begin this month. It's going to proceed at a $15 billion monthly pace. That's going to end purchases in May of 2022. The big change. The 25 respondents now forecast the first rate hike in September. That compares with December in the last survey. But 44% think it's going to come as soon as July. Inflation replacing COVID as the number one threat to the economy in the survey. And 60% think it's a big enough concern the Fed should stop purchases right now. 40% think it should prompt the Fed to raise rates now. But
okay, there you go. So now the new crisis, they're going to make you forget about the C word, right? The new crisis is going to be inflation. And guess what, Warriors? It's happening right now. Let's see what the CEO of Zillow had to do just recently.
Thanks for having me on, Wilfred.
So let's talk about exiting the Zillow Homes business and the home flipping as we just described it as. Is this a sort of full-scale admission that you should never have gone into that business line in the first place?
It was a really tough but necessary decision, Wilfred. And I guess first and foremost, the decision to wind down our Zillow Offers iBuying operation involves a layoff of about 25% of the workforce. And that is a heavy thing given all of the people involved and all of the work they've put in. And we're committed to a smooth transition there. So I just wanted to say that up front, but this was a necessary decision. We just determined that being an iBuyer was too risky, too volatile, and ultimately addressed too few customers, too narrow.
Okay, do you think that's what it is, Warriors, or do you think they know that there's a big collapse coming? I'm going to show you something else in China.
So I mean, I guess some could have suggested to you before you did it that it's going to be volatile and unpredictable and obviously change the sort of predictability of your earnings flow. So to what extent was this a sort of I told you so moment to some people that said that in the first place?
I'm sure there are those that told me that, and I'm sure there are those out there wagging their fingers at me right now, and justified. We went into the business as a big swing on the bet that we could actually predict the price of a home 6 months into the future and do so with a very narrow margin of error and have our hold times be very short. And what's happened is COVID happened. We've had a global pandemic. We've had a housing market that froze up initially. And now we've seen a growth rate, an acceleration rate in the housing market that we've never before witnessed in history.
Boom. That's what I want you to hear right there. He just said they used to be able to predict it within 6 months with almost super precise predictability. But COVID hit. Okay. Housing prices are skyrocketing. This is either someone's wagging his finger at him, or this is a very smart CEO said, holy shit. He's got some smart people that has his back and said, this shit is about to collapse. You better change the business model, just like we did in our business. They shut our gym down. We changed our business model quick, and it changed the whole game for us. This is a very smart CEO. He's like, oh shit, we got to freaking make moves quickly. And guess what? So people are wagging their finger at him, but they're sitting there freaking on the train going the wrong way. Okay. So we saw this as Zillow shutting down in home buying businesses and laying off 25% of their employees. But check this out. This is scary. This is really scary. Now, people are trying to connect Zillow and the Evergrande. I don't think it has anything to do with each other. I'm not a real estate guy, but you can comment down below if they do. I don't think they're connected, but it says Evergrande crisis. This was brought up to me by Ken Mack when I was in Dubai. He's like, you don't know about the Evergrande? I'm like, holy crap. Go check out Ken Mack show as well. So Evergrande crisis, central bank real estate. Yongo Group makes last-ditch efforts to avoid bond defaults as Beijing piles on the pressure. More Chinese property developers had made last-minute efforts to avoid bond defaults after regulators piled on the pressure to ensure embattled home builders repay their debts on time. So the Central Bank of China, the CCRE, and HANA-based developers said Tuesday that it had remitted the funds, pay back all principal's interest on the dollar bond due this month. That would mean the funds in its entirety are now with the trustee who will transfer the money to the bondholders. Basically, this is 30%. This is 30% of China's GDP. 30%. If this collapses, it's going to cause a ripple. So now we have bond purchases slowing down in our economy. Okay. We have a debt ceiling in America, a deflating US dollar. Inflation's going to go up. We have Evergrande in China. Everything is starting to collapse, warriors. It is collapsing all around you. So I just want to show you this real quick. Oh, just messed that up. Fed starting to taper the economy. It's all over the place, warriors, all over the place. And I'll leave you with this, the Warren Buffett indicator. The Warren Buffett indicator says we are overvalued by 213%. It went down a little bit. Yay, 213%. So that is the value of the stock market and the analyzed GDP, the gross domestic product, all the products, goods, and services within America. If we sold them all, we could not pay off our debt. So we are overvalued by 213%. They're going to stop the money flow slowly. They're going to cut off they're going to start putting the tourniquet on, and the inflation's going to go upwards, and the rich are going to get rich, and the poor are going to get a lot poorer. It's time to wake up, warriors. Send this video to your friends and family. Wake them up. At least allow them the opportunity to see what's happening, warriors. Most people aren't going to listen. Those who have ears to hear will hear. Those who have eyes to see will see. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Everything you need is down in the description down below in this video. But warriors, it's time for all of us to get our shit together. Warriors, rise. Let's go.